Yes. Next we need to discuss about the commutativity property on whole numbers. So before that we need to understand what is a commutativity property. In commutativity property we can do under four operations. Those are addition, subtraction, multiplication.
And your voice is breaking, sir.
Addition.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Now
Sir.
is this okay?
Okay, sir. It's clear. Sir, it's okay, sir. It is
Okay.
clear.
Okay. So we are having the four operations now: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So now I will check for the only whole numbers only. Then after that I will go for integers, and after that I will go for rational numbers for only commutativity property. Okay. So to check whether this commutativity property holds or not, I need minimum two integers or two whole numbers or two rational numbers. Now I will check for the whole numbers only. So here we are having for addition I am having a two integers a and b, two whole numbers a and b. A is also a whole number, b is also a whole number. Now the addition is also a whole number. Then I can say these whole numbers are commutativity under addition. Okay. See here example. 0 is a whole number, 7 is a whole number. Now I am making addition of these two whole numbers. Okay. I am getting the answer as a 7. So 7 is also a whole number. Then I can say these whole numbers are commutativity under addition. Next, for subtraction. Now our 7 is a whole number minus 2 is a whole number. I will get answer as a 5. 5 is also a whole number. But if you reverse it now, 2 minus 5, 2 minus 7, 2 minus 7, 2 is a whole number, 7 is a whole number. Now I am making the subtraction of this 2 minus 7. How much I will get here? Minus 5. This 5 and this minus 5 both are equal? They are not equal. So that is why I can say these whole numbers are not commutativity under subtraction. Means to become a commutativity under addition, we need to have this relation: a plus b is equal to b plus a. A and b are the whole numbers. For subtraction, a minus b is equal to b minus a. So that is what we did here now. 7 minus 2, a minus b is equal to 5. Again b minus a, reverse, 2 minus 7. I am getting minus 5. This 5 and this minus 5 are not equal. So I can say this subtraction is a not commutativity. Then multiplication. For multiplication, what I need to do? If I multiply two integers, a multiply with b is equal to b multiply with a, then we can say this multiplication is a commutativity. Then now I will take one example here. I will take one example. 2 multiply with 5 is how much? 10. Again 5 multiply with 2. A into b and b into a is equal to 10. These two are equal now. So I can say multiplication is a commutativity. Next, division. A division with b is equal to b division with a. Then I can say this is a division is commutativity under. This division is commutative for our whole numbers. Now I will check. 2 is our whole number. 0 is also another whole number. Is equal to 0 by 2. Is this relation is true? It's not equal here. Okay, so then I can say division is a not commutativity for whole numbers. Next I will check for same integers also. In integers also, if a and b are two integers and if a plus b is equal to b plus a, then if this relation is satisfies now, then I can say these integers are commutativity under addition. So here I will take example. 3 plus 5 is how much? 8. Again I need to do 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is how much? 8. This 8 and this 8 both are equal now. So I can say this addition is a commutative. Clear? Next, for subtraction. In subtraction, what I told, it has to be satisfied. A minus B is equal to B minus A. Then A and B are integers, and A minus B is also an integer, and B minus A also has to be an integer. Then only I can say this subtraction is a commutative under subtraction. Okay. These integers are commutative under subtraction. Now we are having one example. 5 minus of minus 3. Here A is a 5, B is a minus 3 is equal to, how much we will get here? 5 plus 3, 8. Then minus 3 minus 5 is how much? B minus A. How much I will get here? It's minus 8. So this 8 and minus 8 are not equal. So I can say here subtraction is not commutative. Then multiplication. A and B are two integers. If A into B is equal to B into A, then I can say this is a this multiplication is a commutative. Understood? Then we will check. I can check here example also, no problem. Just 2 multiply with 5. How much I will get? 10. 5 multiply with 2. How much I will get? These two 10s are equal. No? So I can say multiplication is a commutative. Why? Because 2 is an integer, 5 is also an integer. 2 into 5 is also 10. 10 is also another integer. Next, for division. If I check for the division. Now, 5 is an integer. Okay. 2 is an integer. So, is equal to reverse. A by B is equal to B by A. Whether is this true or false? It's not equal here. This 5 by 2 is not equal to 2 by 5. So that is why we can say here division is a not commutative for integers. And it is not commutative for integers and whole numbers also. Next we will check for the rational numbers. First we will start with the addition. Then we will go for the subtraction. Then we will go for the multiplication. Then division. So here I am having two rational numbers. A is a one rational number. See, you may get doubt also. Sir, why you are taking always A and B? You can take X and Y also. I can take X and Y also. Any variable. So if X is a one rational number and Y is another rational number, X plus Y is equal to Y plus X. If this is satisfied, then I can say this addition is a commutative for rational number. Okay. So here minus 2 by 3 is a one rational number. 5 by 7 is another rational number. What is the sum of this? You know how to calculate these two rational numbers. How to calculate the sum of two rational numbers? You know already, na? You learned in your previous classes. Very good. So here I am getting the answer as a 1 by 21. Then here this is X and this is Y. X plus Y. And here I am just exchanging this Y. This is a X. Y plus X. So this also I will get the same result. Then I can say this rational numbers are commutative under addition. Next, you just observe this one. Minus 3 by 8 is a one rational number. 1 by 7 is another rational number. Okay. Then what is the sum of these three? Minus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 7 is how much? Minus 13 by 56 I am getting. This is also one rational number. Now I will do 1 by 7 plus minus 3 by 8. What is the value of this? You need to calculate your textbook also, notebook also. I will check after the class. 8 minus 21. I am getting here minus 13 by 56. This and this both are equal. So I can say these rational numbers are commutative under addition. Why? Because it is satisfying a plus b is equal to b plus a, or x plus y is equal to y plus x. Now I am check for the subtraction. In subtraction, what it has to be there? A minus b is equal to b minus a, where a comma b are rational numbers. Clear? So now here 2 by 3 is a one rational number, 5 by 4 is another rational number. Now I am making the subtraction of 2 by 3 minus 5 by 4. How much I will get here? 2 by 3 minus 5 by 4. How much I will get? Minus 7 by 12. Now again I will do subtraction for this one. 5 by 4 minus 2 by 3. 12, 15 minus 8. This is 7 by 12. See here, this is not a commutative for subtraction. Why? Because here I am getting minus 7 by 12 and here I am getting a 7 by 12. These two are not equal now. So this relation is not satisfied. A minus b is not equal to b minus a. So this is a not commutative for subtraction, this rational number. Next, I will check for the multiplication. In multiplication also, a is a one rational number, b is another rational number. If I do multiplication of a into b and this result and the result of b multiplied with a, if these two are equal, then I can say this is a closed under multiplication. These rational numbers are closed under multiplication. Now here minus 7 by 3 is a one rational number, 6 by 5 is another rational number. I am doing multiplication of these two. I got minus 42 by 15. Again I will exchange these two terms. Minus 6 by 5 multiply with minus 7 by 3. So I will get the same answer only. So I can say this relation is satisfied now. So I can say multiplication is a commutative for rational numbers. Clear? Next, we will go for the division. In division, if a by b is equal to b by a is a rational number, b is a rational number, then we can say under division it is a commutative. Okay. So here minus 5 by 4 is a one rational number, 3 by 7 is a another rational number. I am going to divide these two rational numbers. Okay. So here. So what is the result of this one? Minus 5 by 4 divided with 3 by 7. How much it is value? You do in your notebook. So for that, how to calculate? So simple, I am telling you. Write minus 5 by 4 as usual, and you just instead of your division you put multiplication, and here 3 by 7 is there now, you just reciprocal it, 7 by 3, 3 by 7, 7 by 3. So how much? 5 7 minus 35 by 12. Okay. So now I will do the reverse process. B by a. B is nothing but what? B is nothing but what? 3 by 7. 3 by 7 by minus 5 by 4. Now I need to get the value of this one. So 3 by 7 multiply with 5 by 4 is there now. Minus 5 by 4 is there now. So what it happens? Minus 4 by 5. Whether it is minus in the numerator or denominator, this is equal only. Okay. So minus 4 by 5. So here, how much its value? 3 into minus 4, minus 12. 7 into 5.
35.
So this minus 12 by 35 and this 35 by 12, these both are same or what? These both are different. So this relation is not satisfied. So these both are not equal. So then we can say the division is a not commutative for a rational numbers. Is this clear? Now you
Yes,
need to,
sir.
and you fill this box as a homework for you. Clear now? Next, in this way only we need to check the associativity property. Associativity property for whole numbers and integers and rational numbers. So here for whole number, see, before doing this one we need to know what is an associativity property. What is an associativity property? In associative property under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. That is we need to know. Okay. So if A, B, C are three whole numbers, okay, then A plus B plus C is equal to, if A plus B, this bracket, you observe this bracket, plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. If this satisfies na, then we can say associativity is for whole numbers under addition. Is this clear? And same for subtraction. Same for subtraction. In subtraction also, A minus of B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. You just change the bracket, means which operation you have to do according to BODMAS. We need to do operation in the first bracket itself now. So we need to calculate in the bracket, and after that we need with the remaining. Clear? Same for multiplication also. A multiply with B multiply C is equal to A multiply B multiply C. If this satisfies now, then I can say this multiplication is a associativity for whole numbers. Same for division also. A division with B division with C is equal to A division. So A division B division with C. If this is satisfying, then we can say division is a associativity. So normally this division is won't satisfy, and this subtraction also. So that is why these two are always for whole numbers. This is a not associative, division and subtraction. But addition is associative and multiplication is also associative. So just you can go through this example also here. 7 multiply with 2 into 5. So first we need to calculate in the bracket. So 5 to 10. 10 into 7, 70. Next, here I am getting the 70 value. No? Next I will do for this one. 7 to 14. 14 5 70. This 70 and this 70. These two are equal. So I can say this multiplication is associative. Is this clear? Is this clear with you all?
Clear, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we did for the whole numbers na associativity property. Next, we will do for the integers. Associativity property for whole number, it is completed. Next, we will deal with the integers. Same in integer also. See here, in whole numbers we are taking the A, B, C are a whole numbers only. But here we will take A, B, C are integers. A, B, C are integers. Then for addition, same in that way only. A plus B plus C is equal to A plus of B plus C. With this equation it has to satisfy. Then we can say this addition is associative. In place of A, B, C, you need to take the integers. The integers range is nothing but negative numbers, positive numbers and 0 also. You can take in that A, in place of A and B and C. Okay. So same for subtraction. Same for subtraction. A minus B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. If this satisfies, na, then I can say subtraction is a associative. But normally this subtraction is a not associative. Why? Because these two won't be equal. These two won't equal. See here. A minus of B minus C. So I need to take this subtraction. 7 minus 3 is how much? 4. 5 minus 4 is how much? This value is 1. Then 5 minus 7 is how much? Minus 2. Minus 2 minus 3 are minus 5. This minus 5 and this 1. These two are not equal. So that is why subtraction is not associative. Same, I will check for the multiplication also. In multiplication, I already told you, A multiply with B multiply with C. Just take the bracket of this one. This has to be equal. A multiply with B multiply with C. So then I can say for any three integers A, B, C, if it is satisfied this, then we can say multiplication is associative. And it will satisfy also. You can go with the examples. Here you can see this example. Next, in the division also. In the division I already told you, A division with B, division with C. You need to take this bracket. It has to be equal to the A division with B, this bracket, again division with C. So now you need to understand the importance of bracket. Suppose if you are putting the bracket here, then we will get the one different result. And if you use these two brackets here, then you are getting another result. So these two results may not be equal. So that is why this division is also not associative. And this bracket will play very critical role in the division and what? In where again? Subtraction. In division and subtraction, these brackets plays a very critical and important role. Okay, so you need to understand the importance of this bracket also. Now we will check for the rational numbers. Same in rational numbers also. I already told you, A, B, C are whole numbers, integers. Now I am checking for rational numbers. So now I will take this A, B, C are rational numbers. Now I am taking A, B, C are three rational numbers. Then next I am going for the addition. Now I will check for the addition. Here, if it is satisfied this one, so A plus of B plus C is equal to A plus B of means plus C. So here see, now we are discussing about the rational numbers. For rational numbers also we are discussing the associativity property for under addition. For rational numbers under addition. So here we are having A is minus 2 by 3, B is 3 by 5 and C is minus 5 by 6. These three are rational numbers. Now we are having a bracket here. And same A, B, C here also. First we will calculate the result of this one. Okay. So here bracket is there now for B plus C. So we need to calculate the sum of this 3 by 5 and minus 5 by 6. So what is the result? That is I need to calculate. So just I am calculating here. 3 by 5 plus minus 5 by 6. So 5 6 is 30, 6 3 is 18, minus 5 5 is 25. So how much? Minus 7 by 30. Then I need to add this minus 7 by 30 with minus 2 by 3. So minus 2 by 3 plus minus 7 by 30. Okay, minus 2 by 3 and minus 7 by 30. Next I need to take what? 3 and 30 LCM. I need to take the 3 and 30 LCM. So 3 1 is 3, 10 here. Next 10. So 10 3 is 30. 30. So 3 it goes 10 times in this 30. So 10 to the minus 20. Same here. This 30 is there, it goes one time in here. So 1 into minus 7. Minus 7. So I will get minus 27 by 30. Okay. So I got the result as this one. And I can write this as a minus 9 by 10 also. If I do division with the 3. Next, same we need to do for the, we need to change the bracket itself. No? So here I am putting the bracket here, and this is a separate. This is A plus B bracket plus C. Now I am going to do calculation for this one. So just minus 2 by 3 plus 3 by 5 is how much? Minus 19 by 15. Okay. Sorry. Minus 1. Minus 10 plus 9 is how much? Minus 1. Okay. Minus 1 by 15. So I need to add this minus 1 by 15 with minus 5 by 6. So I will get this one. So these two results are same now. So then I can say this for any rational numbers a, b, c, if this is satisfying now, so I can say this addition is associative for a rational numbers. Same we need, in this way only we need to calculate for the subtraction also. Same here, a minus of bracket b minus c is equal to a minus b minus c. If this relation is satisfying, we can say this is a associativity for rational numbers are associativity for subtraction. But this won't be happen. We already seen for integers also and whole numbers also. Next we will check. So this is a not associative, this rational for in subtraction. Next we will check for the multiplication. In multiplication also I already told you, a multiply with b multiply with c is equal to, you just observe the bracket. You observe the bracket. A multiply with b multiply with c. And the brackets are here. And but in this case brackets are here. So these two relations are equal now. Then I can say the multiplication is associative for rational numbers. Is this clear? Then next we can say here, same what I wrote here, this is here, it is there. For any rational numbers a, b and c, if this satisfies a multiplied b into c is equal to a into b into c. Now you can check through this example also. See, I am getting the result of this one is how much? Minus 35 by 54. Again I am changing the bracket itself. Now I am changing the operations. Means what I am priority. Initially I do first here, then again multiply with here. Now what I am doing? I am multiplying here first, then the result is multiplied with this one. So then here I will get same minus 35 by 54. These two are the same only. Then I can say this multiplication is associative for a rational numbers. Same in this way only we need to check for the division also. A division with B division C is equal to A division with B division C. Okay. If this satisfies, then I can say, if this satisfies, I can say these rational numbers are associative under division also. But this won't be happen. This you can check in just two rational numbers only. A by b is not equal to b by a always. Clear? So here for this, what I can write here for this, A division with B division with C is equal to A division with B division with C. This has to be, whether it is possible or not. No, I can write this as what? I can write this A by B by C is equal to A by B by C. Means see here, the bracket is for this one here and the bracket is for this one. With this bracket only everything will change. With this bracket only everything will change. Okay, so this won't be possible. Means the means these rational numbers are not associative for division also. Okay, and you just fill this table after the class. This you can treat as a homework. Okay, easy one. Already we discussed these things for rational numbers, integers, whole numbers and natural numbers in addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. Clear? For a associative property like this already you filled this table for commutativity property and our closure property. So these are the just basic examples how to calculate the sum of the rational numbers. You can calculate the sum of the rational numbers. You know na how to add two rational numbers. Please respond. You know how to add it to rational numbers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, na. So you can do addition for this process, na. Means this one, na, this example, na. You can do, na. Is this answer is right? Can you check in your notebook? Okay. This is very easy process only. You please try. If you not understand how to add any rational numbers, then I can tell you. Okay.
Sir, send in PDF, sir.
Sorry. Yes. What you told?
Send in PDF, sir.
Yes, PDF I will share. Definitely I will share with you. I already sharing na. I will share this PDF with you all. And after this class, you go through the PDF. Each and every point of this PDF. In class I am explaining the concepts na. And after this class, you go through the PDF and you understand each and every point. And you solve all the example problems. For this example problem, solution is here only. You first try to understand the solution. And if you not understand, then I can teach you. Okay? Now,
Okay, sir.
this is very important. Now we need to understand what is the role of a 0 and what is the role of 1. What is the role of 0 and what is the role of 1? You check here. In addition, 2 plus 0 minus 5 plus 0. Here means here 2 is a whole number. Whole number plus 0 and minus 5 is a integer. Integer plus 0 and here minus 2 by 7 is a rational number. Rational number plus 0. Okay. Plus 0 is equal to 0. So, is there any effect in its result? 2 plus 0 is equal to 2 only. Minus 5 plus 0 is equal to minus 5 only. Understood? Okay. Minus 2 by 7 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus minus 2 by 7 is equal to minus 2 by 7 only. So, by adding a 0, I am not changing my result. I am not changing any result. Okay, my result is same after adding a 0. So, there is no effect of 0 in addition. There is no effect of 0 in addition. Okay, so here A is having a whole number, I am adding 0 to it. And again 0 plus A is equal to, I am getting the answer A only. I will get answer to B only, means integer only. I will get the answer C, rational number only. So, this 0 is called as an identity for addition of a rational numbers. And it can be told as it is the additive identity for integers and whole numbers also. Additive identity. Additive identity means what? If I add something to my number, something to my integer or whole number or rational number, the answer should be the same. The answer should be the same. That is known as a additive identity. So what I am adding, after adding, my answer is same. So after adding 0 only, my answer is same. Okay, so I can say this 0 as a additive identity. Now just think for a multiplicative identity, what it can be, just think. If I multiply with what, then my answer will be the same only. With what? In addition, after adding 0, my answer is same. In multiplication, you please respond. After multiplication with 1, my answer is same only, na? See here, 5 multiply with 1 is equal to 5. 1 multiply with 5, my answer is 5 only. And minus 2 by into 1 or 1 into minus 2 by 7. My answer is 2 by 7 only. 3 by 8 multiply with 1 or 1 multiply with 3 by 8. My answer is 3 by 8 only. How I am getting 3 by 8? After multiplication of 1 only with 1. Then I can say this multiplicative identity is a 1. For a whole number, integer and rational numbers also. So then 1 is the multiplicative identity for rational numbers, integers and whole numbers also. So same, this is a 1 is, here question is 1 is a multiplicative identity for integers and for whole numbers? Yes. Are you understood? What is the importance of additive identity and multiplicative identity? And you know the difference between this additive identity and multiplicative identity. Is this clear? Yes. Next, you need to discuss the think, discuss and write. If a property holds for a rational numbers, will it also holds for integers, for a whole number, and which will? Suppose if any property it holds for a rational number, is there any rule? It has to be hold for integer and it has to be hold for whole numbers? No, there is no any rule. Because for rational numbers we are having some properties will hold, for integers some properties hold, in addition, subtraction, multiplication, in division, in commutativity, associativity and closure and distributive. So here whole numbers will be some different. So there is no guarantee if it is a holds for rational number and it will also holds for integers and whole numbers. There is no guarantee. Okay. So here now we are discussing the concept of negative of an integer or negative of a some number. What is the negative of a number? So is there negative number exist? My question to you all. Is there negative number exist? Please speak. Is there a negative number exist or not? There won't exist any negative number. I don't have. See, we are having a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But to represent something, some depth, I need to have a negative number. So that is why for our number line we are having here 0 here. Right side of this 0 we will be having a positive numbers, and the left side of the 0 is the negative numbers. Clear? Then see here, now you are having some 10,000 in your bank account. Now you took your ATM and you drawn some 1,000 rupees money. You did minus 1,000. So in your bank statement you will be rated as 1,000 DR, means 1,000 debited. You drawn means you did minus, means you subtracted from your total amount. Clear? So that is why we are getting here negative numbers And what are the, so now what will be the negative of minus 1? What is the negative of minus 1? Minus 1 is here, and what is the negative? Minus into minus is how much? We will be having a plus 1. Okay, now here I am having a number 2. Okay, and I will add something into it, and I will get 0. What should I add here? What should I add here? What should I add here? Then I will get my answer is 0. Here if I put minus 2, minus, my answer will be 0. Then I will ask for another one. 3 plus is equal to 0. So here what should I put here in this bracket?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Here I am giving one more. Here what should I put here?
Minus 1. Minus 1.
So this I am telling as a, this all this I am telling as a negative of this number, or I can say additive inverse. I can say as additive inverse. So next, in generalized way, if any a is there, what is the additive inverse of this a? What is the additive inverse of this a? Minus a. Why? Because a plus of minus a is equal to 0. That is why only for additive inverse of a we will get minus a. Okay. So next we will be having a rational number 2 by 3. What is the additive inverse of 2 by 3? What is the additive inverse? I already told you just now. For a we will be having a minus a. For 2 by 3 how much? Minus 2 by 3.
Minus 2 by 3.
For 2 by 3 we will be having a minus 2 by 3. Okay. So then only if I do addition of these 3, then I am getting the answer as 0. Na? Okay. So here what is the additive inverse of minus a by b? What is the additive inverse of this minus a by b? Yes, minus of minus a by b. See, minus into minus is plus. So I will get a by b. Clear na?
Clear. Clear, sir.
Okay. Next we will learn about the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal? Reciprocal is means what? Reciprocal of any rational number. If you multiply with that, if you multiply any rational number with its reciprocal, na, you will get the product as a 1 only. You will get the product as a 1 only. Suppose I am having a one rational number 3 by 2. Then if I multiply with another number, then my answer should be 1. Then what should I do here? What should I put here in this bracket? To get answer 1, I need to put 2 by 3. Why? Because 3 by 2 multiply with 2 by 3, na? This 2 will get cancelled, 3 will get cancelled. Then I will get answer as a 1. Clear? Same here. For what is the reciprocal of 8 by 21?
21 by
21 by 8. Okay. What is the reciprocal of minus 5 by 7?
7
by So like this. So next I can say what is the reciprocal of a by b?
B by A.
B by a. So a by b multiply with b by a is equal to 1. Okay. So this is the thing, how to calculate the reciprocal. Okay. Suppose I need to calculate my reciprocal. I don't know. Suppose 3 by 5 multiply with here x I don't know. It should be 1. Then what I will do, x is equal to 1. Here it is multiplying now, it will be as a division. So x is equal to, this 5 will go up. 5 by 3. Clear? Next we will be having we are having a concept of distributivity of multiplication over addition for rational numbers. Okay, this concept is we are having. So you want to continue the class or I need to stop here? I need to continue or I stop? So for today's lecture I will stop here, and in the next class we will continue from the distributivity of multiplication over addition for rational numbers. Okay, thank you.